My name is Rob Gerstner, international archery hunter and wild sheep enthusiast. Ahead of me lies a grueling 2-week journey through the backcountry of the Northwest Territories. Along with guide Kelly Powell and lifelong friend Isaac VonRhedey, we will place our fate at the mercy of the wilderness as we attempt to get within bow range of a full-curled Dall Sheep ram. My pursuits take me to the farthest reaches of the earth in search of some of the most challenging high mountain species. And as if the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather weren't enough, I've upped the ante with a free-range, fair chase, archery-only standard. And this is just the beginning, driven by a passion for wildlife conservation and a fascination with history. These hunts take me on an adventure few could ever imagine. For me, hunting isn't a sport or hobby. It's a calling to something greater, an invitation to climb higher and go farther, to venture beyond the edge of civilization. There are few places that epitomize the North American wilderness more than Northwest Territories, Canada. Here in 2010, my fascination with wild sheep began. Hunting with Stan Stevens of Mackenzie Mountain Outfitters, I harvested my first ever Ovis species and I was hooked. It was such a great experience, there was no question about returning to pursue another Dall sheep. Accompanying me this time are good friend and guide Kelly Powell and lifelong friend Isaac VonRhedey. Holding on to the last remnants of civilization, we make camp at what is affectionately known as the Carcajou Hilton. Those who wander this wilderness find solace here. Compared to a backpack tent, this is a 5-star resort located on prime real estate. A short hike up the hill to the southwest is a great vantage point for glassing both sides of the valley, and the proximity to Carcajou Lake gives us access to some phenomenal backcountry fishing. Regulations require hunters to wait 12 hours after flying to begin hunting. In my mind, there couldn't be a better way to pass the time. Every fishing hotspot has its own live well of fish stories, and Carcajou Lake is no exception. Passing through Norman Wells, we were told of Walter, a monster lake trout known for breaking the hearts of many fishermen.
I'm gonna go try and find one up off that point where that guy caught that giant. The big fish story. Yeah, he was this big around, he was this tall.
What,
and then I woke up.
Pounds?
I woke up.
While landing this giant would be a blast, we're after something a little tamer to offset our impending diet of Mountain House freeze-dried meals and canned sardines. Nothing like some fresh trout. Oh, man. Look at that. Whoa. That's unbelievable. No, I mean, you probably couldn't cook it any better, Kelly. Settled in for the night, I think about just how vast this landscape is. There are no power lines, no roads, not even hiking trails. This is an absolutely wild and untouched land. Marking the very northern reaches of the Rockies, the Mackenzie Mountains cover some 34.6 million acres, stretching from the Mackenzie River in the east to the Yukon border in the west, and from British Columbia in the south to the tundra in the north. This area is broken up into 8 outfitter management areas, of which Stan has access to an amazing 9,000 square miles. Make no mistake about it, this is true wilderness, and we are not at the top of the food chain. Tonight, sleep eludes me, anxious for what the next several days may bring. With my bow dialed in and our bellies full, we put our homes on our backs and head northwest to where Stan spotted 3 rams a few days ago. In an area as vast as this, there's no telling where they could be. Our only option is to take it slow, carefully glassing every outcropping and crevice of every ridge.
The reality is they could be in here, they could be anywhere.
We could stay here for a couple hours right now and just watch and see if they come out. Hey, we don't have to spend a long time because if they're going to be moving to eat. If we don't see them, then we might as well move somewhere new and keep looking.
Every bit of this plan is a gamble. We don't know if the rams are still located where Stan spotted them. And if they are, we can't be certain there is a mature, let alone legal ram in the group until we get eyes on them. The good news is, if this doesn't work out, there are 2 other groups of rams that have recently been spotted, both within a day's hike from the Carcajou Hilton.
It's a nice draw. 7 rams up there they saw a while ago.
Back up through that pass in there, where the snow peaks are.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into the right.
That's where we should go. Well, that's where we're gonna go, if these don't.
The bad news is getting to them will take over 15 miles of hiking through rough terrain, each of us carrying nearly 70 pounds worth of camp and supplies. One of the many things I find amazing about NWT is the abundance of resources. There is no shortage of cold, refreshing water fed by underground springs and glacial melt. And if you know where to look, a satisfying snack may lie right at your fingertips.
I don't think there's any better nutrition than having blueberries on top of the mountain. I mean, this is about as good as it gets. I'm a fruit farmer, I can't help it, but that's good for you right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So good. I'm so good for you.
We're making great time getting to where we think these rams are located. With half the day still ahead, we make camp at a strategic point where we can remain out of sight, yet close enough to attempt to stalk should we find a mature ram in the group.
Look at this territory, all this land. This could be anywhere. Like
Chicken a la king tonight.
I'm going scary. We're soaking up the view, and all you can think about is dinner. How many candy bars you eat today?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, just 2. 2, and then a fruit bar. My share. Oh, and a yogurt bar. Those are good, those yogurt
Oh, they're really good.
bars.
Yeah.
Thinking of dinner, we ease further down the ridge in hopes of spotting a shooter ram.
You see them? They're over there on the side there.
These rams are located where a successful stalk is completely possible. Unfortunately, they are all young, still lamb-tipped, and the biggest of the three might barely make 140. With 12 days of the hunt remaining, I would rather attempt to track down another, more mature ram, especially considering the two other groups within a day's hike.
And the Fannon's where the Black Mountain is back there.
Yeah, actually right on top of that mountain, right after it.
He was just dark.
Yeah, he's got, just on the side, he's got salt and pepper.
Okay.
Light pepper.
Yeah.
But it comes down in rooms like this.
150.
Oh yeah, yeah, close.
So, we've got that, and then we've got those 7. We've got as many days as we need. Just take our time.
We're 3 days into a 2-week Dall sheep hunt in the backwoods of Canada's Northwest Territories. Hunting down a mature ram in this vast wilderness is a serious challenge, but our spirits are high. Back at the Carcajou Hilton, we find that Stan has left us a care package of caribou backstraps.
Those will take about a minute to cook.
Yeah.
That thin, just flip, done. Wow. Man, is that good. Chef Kelly, hunter, guide, outfitter, cook. Does any better than this? Right here.
This is a protein-intensive meal. Time to whip up some instant mashed potatoes for the quintessential meat and taters.
This turns into, it's amazing, blob of gluten.
Freeze-dried potatoes.
Not bad. Yeah, caribou's a lot better. We have salt.
Carcajou Lake is a tranquil place. So far removed from the hustle and bustle of civilization, it's almost eerily quiet here. A feeling that's abruptly disrupted, and for good reason, as Kelly's bacon-tipped lure does the trick.
Come on, be the big one. Oh yeah, it's fighting pretty good. Yeah, pretty good one.
Any more bacon left?
Yeah. Hey, just take the drag off. You got a big one. Oh yeah, see? Fight him, wear him out, buddy.
It'll work. I'm just, you net him.
Dude, that is incredible. Good job. Good job. Look at the fish. Look at him look around. I can't believe I grabbed him. That's the fish.
That's the one. That's Walter.
Walter! Hey, got you right over your boots.
Man, he took the bacon.
I knew that. The bacon was the key. Get on here.
Look, he's growling. Look at that. Carcajou Laker.
The legend of Walter is put to rest with the thought of fresh fish for breakfast. Waking to rain and fog interrupts our plans to move camp. Today, we will stay close to the cabin, glassing mountaintops between the breaks in the fog and hoping for a chance at a caribou.
We might want to start here, give it a couple hours, and then we got all day.
Can you hit evening over there?
Yeah, sure, afternoon.
Thickening fog and heavy rain quickly dash our ambition for a caribou. In the DNA of every boy is a primeval love for fire. As grown men, that love affair returns with purpose.
You got fire, you got light.
The fire warms our hands and dries our gear. Back at the cabin, a more civilized version warms the night. As if boys returning home from playing in the rain, we hang our clothes and boots to dry. When the weather breaks, we will set out once again in search of a mature ram.
We just came across this plateau from base camp and made it to the base of the mountains here and came up on these two caribou skulls. It's clearly a result of a wolf or wolverine, but likely a wolf. A pack of wolves got them in the winter. Apparently what happens is the wolves run the animals through the bottoms in the winter and then chase them up the hills, nipping away at their hinds and their back and basically wearing them down to where they can't go anymore. But that's a 375, 380 bull right there. That one's obviously smaller, but I don't know. Be glad to find them, but sad to think about what happened.
During our hike to set up spike camp, my bow sight banged into something hard enough to knock it out of alignment.
You sure, Ben? Yes. You can see it. It's cocked like this. All right, we gotta. It must have rotated. I gotta get my wrenches out. Okay, so that's a good sign. It just jogged on us. Make sure she's still dialed in. I should not have left that sight sticking out like that. I think it went right through it. This is the most important thing. When I look down the bow and I look across the top of this, they're square. Okay. That's what's important. Yeah. Now, moving in and out, that's with this guy. Right. And that didn't move, fortunately. So we're good. Okay, perfect. We're no excuses. If I miss, I miss. The bow's good.
It's day 6 of our Northwest Territories Dall Sheep adventure, and we've just set up camp at the foot of a mountain, not far from where outfitter Stan Stevens located a fannin ram.
That tip comes right up above his nose. Way above that. Yeah. That's his tip. Like he's got to be over 40.
His left side's broomed off. It's thick all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer ram.
Hopefully he stays on the other side of that cliff. He's probably 200 yards down. The most important thing is we don't spook him. Because he'll be gone into the next range.
It's just, there's a bench, and he's on the other side of it. So we'll be out of his way, watch him, get right in there.
What appeared to be a fairly simple stalk turned into a botched opportunity. While we slowly worked our way into his blind spot, the lone ram got up to feed, meeting us head-on in the open. And just like that, he was gone, running full tilt for the next mountain range.
Sheep hunting. He saw us. That's the way it is. This time the sheep won. Yeah. That's why he's an old sheep. Nice old sheep, smart sheep. He's been shot at a few times or stalked.
Next time on The Summit by Full Curl Brands, my NWT adventure continues.
So we figured yesterday was 12 miles, right? 12 miles, 10,000 calories probably.
It was pretty bad.
We've passed the hump of the halfway point, and we are officially weathered in. And each one of us are fighting our own elements of challenge, physical, mental, and all of that stuff is adding up. This is by far the hardest, most grueling, grinding scenario I've been in. That was crazy. And when I saw it down below, I was like, holy crap, it looked like it was...
You're gonna have a headache.
Just glad to be out of there.